All right, Joellen. Plants to avoid around pets, really?
Yeah, pets, yeah. Okay. I have a couple of pets that actually like to eat some, one of them likes to eat tomatoes, and that's on the list of, no, you don't eat tomatoes for dogs.
So Chevy eats tomatoes.
Chevy eats tomatoes.
What is Glory?
Well, Glory eats, she will run in the backyard and she grabs some of my perennials and she'll chew on and eat them before I say, stop, stop, stop. But luckily, it's not on this list.
Good,
so I'm
good.
not gonna worry.
All right. So let's find out what's on the list then.
Let's find out what's on the list. We're going to go through some annuals first. Begonias, believe it or not. Begonias are on the list. Coleus. A lot of these are common plants. Forget-me-nots. There's a lot of seed of that people put out. Geraniums. Lantana.
Really?
And lantana has a liver toxicity with it for pets. So that's not a good one. Some larkspur and of course the Christmas poinsettia. I mean some people will plant it outside, and so it'd be a possibility that pets could get around it. And if the leaves fall off of it inside, you know, during the Christmas holidays, you don't want your pets to eat those either. So be careful with that. Then there's of course the perennials. Now, and there are more on a list than this, but I'm going to the ones that are most common. Some of the perennials are Asclepias, which everybody plants as the butterfly weed. Right. For the monarchs, well, that's fine, but if your pets get a hold of it, it's not good for them either. So keep it away. Carnations is another one. Dianthus, chrysanthemums. Of course, that makes sense because there's chemicals for kill insects made with chrysanthemums, so you know that wouldn't be good for, you know, Fido or Fluffy.
Yeah.
Then there's dahlias. Dahlias aren't good for animals. Daisies. And foxglove. Now, foxglove is probably, you're going to see it out blooming in the nurseries and stuff, but just remember that is cardiotoxic chemicals in it, which affects hearts of the pets. Cardio. Yeah, cardio. So it's cardiotoxic. Don't get those. Iris is another one. Lenten rose, one of my favorites. And that's evergreen. It's going to be around all the time, but don't let your pets chew on it. Lily of the valley and May apples. You know, out in the woods. Yeah. Don't let Fido or Fluffy eat on those either. Peonies that have just finished blooming. Those are also on the list. And yarrow.
Okay.
And then we're going to move into herbs, vegetables, and fruits.
Wow. You shocked me already with this.
I know. This is alliums.
Okay.
Garlics and onions, you know, and then ornamental ones. Don't let them chew on those either. And of course, then there's apples, cherries, plums. The seeds of all of those have cyanide in them, so that's not good. And a lot of people will let them fall, you know, on the ground, leave them on the ground. That's when the animals can get a hold of them. But besides that, even the leaves and the stems are not good because they have chemicals in them that are toxic to animals. So just think about it. If you want to toss a stick, or you know, there's loose sticks in the yard, and the animals go and catch them and try to play, you know, they tear them up. It's not good because those are not good trees to have around for your pets. Oh man. Citrus fruit too. Now, citrus fruit, a lot of people have citrus fruits that they bring in and outside around here.
Okay, yeah.
And so those are not good. The fruit, the actual fruit themselves is okay. It's the coating of the waxy coating around, and even the leaves and the stems, again, is not good for them.
Like your lemon and lime. Oh, wow, okay.
I know. Wow. And then, of course, grapes and raisins. Also, in fact, those can cause acute kidney failure in dogs and cats. Wow. So be careful with those. And mint family. You know, you plant a mint, it gets really big. Sure. Those are not good for your pets either. Peppers, not good for your pets. And of course, tomatoes, like we talked about before. Aloe vera is not good either. And it's good for us, but it's not good for your pets. And of course, there's a lot of other spices that are not good for your pets. And just think about it, when you're cooking, you use these spices and you want to, you know, Fido gets a bite or the cat gets a bite. Well, if it's got some of the spices that they don't need to have in the herbs, you know, you're not doing your dog a favor by giving them those. So just be careful. Just be careful.
Because of course I'm thinking about cat mint.
Well, yeah. But believe it or not, parsley is also one of the things that you cannot give animals.
Wow.
It's not good for them.
Good for caterpillars, but not. All right.
So we'll go on to bulbs.
Yeah.
Amaryllis, caladiums. Of course, there's a lot of problems with caladiums. Even people have problems with caladiums. Crocus, daffodils.
Yeah.
You know, daffodils are deer resistant. Well, you know, your pets shouldn't be eating daffodils either. Oh. Gladiolas that are getting ready to bloom or starting to bloom. Those are not good for your pets. Hyacinths, and a lot of the lilies. They're not all the lilies, but a lot of the lilies are bad. And tulips, not good.
And tulips, wow.
Don't let them eat those either.
Okay.
Some of the vines that aren't good.
Vines?
Clematis, English, and Boston ivy is not good for pets. And that's, you know, that you could have that all over your yard.
Yes.
Morning glory and wisteria. And you know, you
wisteria.
find wisteria in the woods and the seeds and pods and stuff. Don't let your dogs and cats play with those.
Golly. Okay.
Yeah. Then shrubs.
Shrubs.
Azaleas and rhododendrons. And in fact, if they are one of the cardiotoxins again.
Okay.
And if just a few azalea leaves can be toxic to your dog. Yeah, not good. Boxwood, burning bush, the euonymus. That's not good. Gardenia. Those are not good for pets. Hydrangeas, and hydrangeas are getting ready to bloom.
Yes.
They are also cardiotoxic. So that affects their heart too, as is Japanese pieris. That is also a cardiotoxic plant to have around. And of course, one thing you're going to encounter just almost everywhere is privet. And how many, privet is not good for dogs and cats either. Right. I don't know how you can get away with that. I mean, it's in the woods, it's everywhere, but it's not good for them to eat. But how many times have you, seen people, getting rid of the privet and the sticks are around and the dogs are running around the neighborhood? That's not good for your pet. And then of course, oak trees, the acorns are not good for your dogs to ingest. And I actually caught one of my dogs with, I said, "What are you chewing on?" I opened up their mouth and there's an acorn. I'm like, "Stop eating stuff like that." I don't know why, but they do it. And that's one of the things to watch out for. So just watch your pets. Be careful and observe them. Don't just let them out there and for them to themselves and don't watch what they're doing. Right. The best list that there is around of toxic and non-toxic plants is on the ASPCA.org website. They have long lists of things to look at, because this is just the most common ones that I picked out.
Okay, and we'll have a link to that, but those are just the most common.
Those are the most common.
That's a lot of
common plants that I have in my yard.
Right. That a lot of people
have in their yard. That's why I say, well, see, you notice I caught my dogs, when they were doing stuff, so I knew what they were, ingesting or trying to ingest. And I tried, and I stopped them. So that's what you've got to do. Pay attention to your pets. Pay attention.
All right, Joelle, that's good stuff. So we got to keep Fido and Fluffy safe, right?
All right, keep them safe.
And Glory and Chevy.
Yeah.
Got to keep them safe. Good stuff.
Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. To find out more information on this topic, just click on the FamilyPlotGarden.com link in the description.